All right, guys, what's going on? It is currently 3:47, so I have to be kind of quiet right now. Uh, so this is gonna be more of a chill kind of video. I actually just got done seeing The Rise of Skywalker. Um, wow. So I'm not gonna lie, I definitely was spoiled because it's crazy. I don't know what the fuck happened because it just seems to me Disney just didn't care because Endgame. Let me tell you, Avengers Endgame was so tight-lipped. Like even after the movie came out, people were hashtagging "Don't spoil Endgame." Basically, like even after the movie came out, people were like, "Don't talk about it yet. Don't talk about it yet. Let everybody see it first." But with this movie, the everything was out like months in advance, and it was crazy. It was crazy. It was weird. Like Star Wars is like to me is so much bigger. I mean, obviously not anymore. Marvel is just fucking. It's crazy how big Marvel has gotten at this point. But I don't know. This leaks have been out. Basically, the whole movie has been out for a while. It's kind of sad to see. Um, so yeah, I did see it. I saw it at 11, and we didn't get out of the movie theater until 2. Um, Also, if you guys want to see, let me push this out of the way. Sorry. This is gonna be more of an don't fall, please. This is gonna be more of an unedited video. This is more of a rant, kind of not really a rant. I just want to talk about my thoughts, basically. And let me get this out there. I have been a Star Wars fan since I was a fucking fetus, okay? My mother showed me Star Wars, and me and my older brother would, like, jump couch to couch, bed to bed, freaking choo 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 while watching the movie. Like, I remember that I grew up with the prequels, okay? So, I know that, okay, I'm older now, and I can recognize the prequels are ass. The prequels are absolute ass, but I have a soft spot for them, okay? A soft spot. I have a soft spot for the prequels, but they're ass. Let's be real here. Although the third one is the best one, it's still ass. And that second one, let's just not talk about it. And I will also say, I did not like The Last Jedi. I didn't like how Luke was treated. I don't like how Snoke was killed, because with Snoke being killed, they had to do something else with Episode 9, which is why Palpatine came back. There was no reason for Palpatine to come back. Episode 6 was a fitting end to Palpatine after 6 episodes of him being, or I mean, he wasn't in episode 4, or episode 5, but you know, he was there. I don't even know where to begin. I will say this: episode 9, the first 30 minutes was pretty solid. It was nice to see. Basically, this is to be a spoiler review. So if you haven't watched the movie, I'm sorry. You gotta leave. I'm sorry for the sound effects. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. And there's people sleeping. I gotta be quiet. But it was nice to see that, you know, they revealed who Snoke was. He was just a clone. Palpatine was pulling the strings all along, which, you know, wouldn't have been the case if eight wasn't a thing. I'm telling you, if 8 wasn't a thing, everything would have been different. I'm telling you, if 8 would have just been so much different, everything would have been different. Also, I did like 7. 7 was good. 7 was a good start. It was a good start, but the whole sequel trilogy depended on 8, and 8 was just a letdown, and it was just bad. Now, let's talk about The Rise of Skywalker. Now, The Rise of Skywalker, the first 30 minutes was pretty solid. I'll give it that. The first 30 minutes was pretty solid. I liked how all 3 of the main characters, Reno, Rey, Poe, and Finn, were all together. I liked that. That was sick. That was sick as fuck. You know, it made me, you know, think back to Luke, Han, and Leia. You know, those 3 together. You know, when they went on adventures, and it was pretty sick. And I like the dynamics, and I like the chemistry. It was pretty cool, and I can tell the actors, they did a pretty good job. I won't lie. The first 30 minutes was pretty solid. But after that, that's just when everything just started to fall apart. The first thing I noticed, the first problem I had, obviously, you know, Palpatine coming back was a huge problem. That was like the first 5 minutes, but they had to do something, so I'll accept that. Let's get that out of the way. apparently with the Force now, you can teleport things. It's crazy. So at one point in the film, Rey has a necklace around her neck. Kylo, and how in episode 8 they like see each other, they can talk to each other through the Force, which is fine. That's cool. She has a necklace she got from this little party, basically. And Kylo sees it and he's somewhere else off on the galaxy somewhere doing something else. He's talking to her, sees the necklace, pulls it off of her, and he has it now. It's on his ship. He has it. He has it. He pulled it away from her. Does that mean you can teleport things with the Force now? Because also later in the movie, towards the end, Kylo and Rey, this is when Kylo turns to the good side, because we all knew this was going to happen. Kylo, or Rey senses Kylo is coming because she's in danger, and he's in danger. He's surrounded by the Knights of Ren. He doesn't have a weapon. So Rey senses that, and she Force teleports a lightsaber to him. How convenient, right? And also, let's talk about the Mandalorian real quick. So I'm gonna have to assume the reason that they released the Mandalorian 2 episodes before is to get us, to let us see the Force heal ability. Now that was a big thing in episode 9. The Force heal ability was huge, and I'm honestly, to me, I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. It's kind of just weird that nobody knew about this. Like, if the Force heal ability was a thing, then why couldn't they save Qui-Gon? Qui-Gon got stabbed and Obi-Wan or somebody couldn't save him? Like, there were so many things that they could have done with that heal ability. Why didn't they use it before? I don't know. Also, they don't explain how Palpatine came back. Now, I didn't mind Palpatine coming back because they had to do something, because episode 8 was just so dog shit. They had to do something. So, like I said, I don't mind Palpatine coming back, but they don't explain it at all. They kind of say something about, like, the Sith power of resurrection and cloning, but they don't technically really go. They don't explain it. So I didn't like that. And I will say this movie was, it was so much better than The Last Jedi. Luke, they treat JJ, although Luke was in the movie for like 5 seconds, it was cool how, because Rey was upset, because she found out, this is after she found out she was a Palpatine, which I'll accept, Rey's a Palpatine, that's cool, that's actually pretty cool, which actually explains why she's super overpowered, but that's still not a good excuse for her in episode 7 to be that overpowered, to overpower Kylo Ren, which, he's been trained by Luke Skywalker himself. That still makes no sense. But yeah, it explains how Rey, can use the Force and stuff, which is cool. What was I saying? But yeah, so Rey retreats back to where Luke died, where Luke was in episode 8. She goes back to that planet. She's upset, so she starts burning everything, and then she gets Luke's lightsaber, throws it into the fire, because she wants to burn that too. She wants to just hide away because she knows she's the last Jedi. And if Palpatine gets her hands on her, then everything's over. So she hides away on this planet for like 5 minutes. It's not really that long. She just goes on this planet. She's really sad, really depressed, doesn't know what to do. And she throws Luke's lightsaber into the fire, but then Luke grabs it and says, "That's not how you should treat a Jedi's weapon with more respect." Now that's a whole 100% 360 basically of what Luke did in episode 8, because he tossed that motherfucker like it was a can that he needed to throw in the garbage. I like that. That was cool. That was cool how JJ tried to fix Luke's character. That was super fucking cool. It just, I wish I saw him a little bit more. Like I said, he was only in there for like 5 seconds. I'll also say this, Palpatine is overpowered as fuck in this movie, that's cool, because basically what happens is, so the light side users can heal people. They can give them their Force essence basically and heal wounds and stuff like that. And you see this early on in the film with like a creature or some sort of like snake or fucking, I don't know. Rey heals this thing basically. And the dark side, they take life essence and they become younger essentially. So what happens is Palpatine sucks the life essence from Kylo and Rey, and he gets his eyeball, his yellow eyeball. This is just a rant, guys. I'm just jumping around the movie. There's no like, I'm not starting in order. I'm just ranting at this point. I don't know what I was saying, but yeah. So Palpatine's sucking the life out of Rey and Kylo, and he becomes younger. Not really. Might I add, Palpatine's fucked up in this movie. Now they don't like I said, they don't reveal how he survived the Death Star, which is stupid because motherfucker was dead. Let's be real. He died. But he and he doesn't have fingers. Like some of his fingers are broken off. Like he's fucking, my dude's dead basically. He doesn't even have pupils. So when he's sucking the life out of him, he becomes a little bit not younger, but he gets his fingers back. His face isn't as fucked up, and he gets his pupils back, and they're yellow, which is cool. It's the dark side. But the ending, though, first of all, the Kylo and Rey kiss was the most unnecessary thing ever. My girlfriend she's never really given Star Wars the time of day, and I bring her to episode 8, and I bring her to episode 9 to come with me to watch, and she thought that kiss was the most cringe thing ever. I heard people laughing when that kiss happened. It was so bad. And then the very end, when it's all said and done, Palpatine's defeated. Kylo dies because basically how Rey kills Palpatine, which is he dies so fast. He's trying to electrocute Rey. She has Luke's lightsaber, and she's like deflecting it basically, but it's not enough. So she grabs Leia's lightsaber, and yes, there's a little flashback, and Leia does have a lightsaber, and it's not a big deal to me, so I'm not really gonna get into it. So yeah, Leia has a lightsaber, and she like dual wields basically for a second, and that's basically how she kills Palpatine. And somehow she dies in the process of that, whereas Mace Windu basically did the same thing, and he was fine. The only reason he died is because Anakin intervened. That didn't really make sense. So Rey dies. Kylo comes crawling out of this hole because Palpatine force pushed him into this hole, basically thinking he was dead. So Kylo comes crawling out of this hole. He's alive. He's cool. Rey's dead, lying on the ground. Palpatine's dead too. Kylo, he's on the good side again, so he basically gives his life away and saves Rey because she's dead. So he basically gave all of his Force essence to Rey so she can come back, and then they kiss, and it was the cringiest thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. Now the very ending, basically what happens is Rey gets Leia's and Luke's lightsaber, goes back to Tatooine. The beginning where Luke lived, very nostalgic. The double suns, that was pretty cool. She buries their lightsabers there, which is cool, and that could be a setup. Maybe somebody will find that someday. Future Jedi, future trilogy. Hopefully it's better. I don't know. And then some traveler, somebody just says, "What's your name?" And Rey's like, "Rey," and then the person's like, "Rey what?" basically. And then Rey looks off into the distance, sees Leia and Luke's ghost, and she says, "Rey Skywalker." Bro, I was sweating. Like, okay, so for the past the last 45 minutes of the movie, I was sweating because it was just that bad. And I don't want to blame J.J. Abrams because it's not his fault. It really isn't. He had to do so much basically to fix what The Last Jedi did. And you don't even need to watch The Last Jedi, because all you need to understand from The Last Jedi is that Snoke died and Luke died. That's all you don't really need to watch The Last Jedi. Just go 7 and 9. It's not a big deal. 8 is not good. So she says she's a Skywalker, and I'm sorry, you're a Palpatine. You're not a Skywalker. So I couldn't get down with that. And from what I'm hearing, a lot of people nobody else could really get down with that. So I didn't like that. And it's the end of the Skywalker saga. Rey, you're not a Skywalker. It would have been better if Rey stayed dead and, Kylo was the last one, and he said, I'm the last Skywalker. maybe he didn't have kids, he's the last one, because he's a Jedi. Jedis aren't allowed to have kids. Not allowed to have sexual relationships, which is why Anakin, fucked up, but he came back. He's cool. Which also brings me to another thing. The Chosen One himself, Anakin Skywalker, is not in this movie. Now, I did hear that I think Hayden Christensen, he recorded a few scenes or something like that, but they cut it out of the movie. And he has, a line or two. So, basically, when Rey is passed out, basically, after getting the life essence, because, Palpatine, like I said, sucks the life essence out of Ben Solo and Rey. And Rey, she's passed out. She wakes up for a second. And then all the Jedi, Mace Windu, Yoda, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, I think, was in there. Anakin, Luke, Leia, they all were everybody, all the Jedi, it's up to you, Rey. We all believe in you, basically. And you heard Anakin pretty prominently, and I can tell it was Hayden Christensen. That was pretty cool. I just wish he was actually, I saw him in the flesh, as a Force ghost, the Chosen One himself. That would have been cool. Chewbacca, that was cool. I definitely got fooled about that. Chewbacca, if you guys are here at this point, you guys had to have watched the fucking movie. I really I got tripped up because I was like, damn, Chewbacca's gonna die like that? Nah, you can't. I looked at my girlfriend, I was like, bro, they really they fucked up Star Wars, but 5 minutes later he's alive, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure there was only one ship there, but I've only seen the movie once, and I wasn't really paying close attention to that. There could have been 3 ships or something, but basically what happens is Rey and Kylo, it's, Rey tries to use the Force on the ship that basically got Chewbacca, because Chewbacca becomes a prisoner, and she tries to use the Force to bring the ship back. Kylo intervenes, basically just messing with her, and then Rey gets really upset and uses Force lightning and basically explodes the whole ship, thinking that she killed Chewbacca, which is, I thought too. I was like, dude, Rey, I don't like you. You're a bitch. Also, Rey, in the beginning of the movie, Rey is training, which is cool. I like to see that. I just didn't like how she was so overpowered in 7 and 8. I like how she was trained. It was cool. It explains a lot. Honestly, guys, it was. I'd say it was okay. It was okay. Also, I have another problem. You can fight Force holograms, basically, because a lot of the fighting in this movie, I'm pretty sure 2 fights in this whole movie was Rey fighting the image of Kylo Ren, basically. Because you know how they talk, in 7, or not 7, in 8, they talk to each other telepathically. And in this movie, they were fighting each other telepathically. It was weird. It was really weird. And I didn't know you, no. If you're not there, how? The Force, yeah, but what? I don't know. It was weird. They fought telepathically, and it was really weird. They have one fight that was real, and I didn't even think it was real, because I thought it was another telepathic fight. I didn't know Kylo Ren was really there. I didn't know. So when they do finally duel, it's on that raining planet with all the waves in the oceans. That was a cool fight. And that's when Rey becomes really depressed, and she finds out she's Palpatine, which is cool. And I don't mind she's a Palpatine at all. And also, they kind of skip over Palpatine's kid, because so Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter. They totally skip over Palpatine's kid. Who did Palpatine fuck, and when? And then Palpatine killed his own kid and his kid's wife, which is Rey's mom and dad. And we don't really learn anything about them. And I just want to know when Palpatine got in some girl's guts. When and how. I mean, I know you were the Emperor of the Universe at one point, but have you seen yourself? I don't even, if I would rather die than go with you, my man. I'm sorry. You're old, you're wrinkly, I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe it was something to do with Anakin. Anakin, midichlorian, he came about with the midichlorians. He didn't really have a dad. I don't know. I think 7 definitely is the best of the sequel trilogy. It was a good start. Rey is overpowered in that movie, yes, but it was definitely better than 8 and 9. So sorry. 8 you don't even need to watch that. Skip 8. You just need to know that Snoke dies and Luke dies. That's all you need to know. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Like, sequel trilogy is over. I'm happy it's over. It didn't really need to happen at all. Not at all. I wish they went about it in a different way. Like I said, 7 was a good start. Everything hinged on the success of 8, and 8 failed, which is why we're here now. And the Star Wars fan base is so divided, it's unbelievable. I am seeing that a lot of the Last Jedi haters liked this one, which is good, and that's good. But personally, I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. It was so much better than 8, and it explained a lot more. But it needed to explain even more, though, because, like, how is Palpatine alive? I don't understand that. You can teleport things with the Force now. Okay. The heal thing, it's okay. I don't think it's good or bad. It just, I don't care. No Anakin. Don't get to see him. Luke, they changed his character for the good, but he's in the movie for like 5 seconds. Can't do much about that. Where I would rank this, it's definitely 7's definitely the best out of the sequel. Then 9. And then 8. I would definitely say, in my opinion, I think 5's the best. 4th, 2nd. 6th, the 3rd. 7th, 4th. 3rd, 5th. Am I making sense? The 3rd is the 5th best. I think episode 3 is the 5th best. And then I would say episode 9, and then 1, and then 2, and then 8. Although 2 and 8 is a little iffy because 2 is very bad. Like, let's be honest, guys. The acting in that movie is so bad. Although the only thing I did like about the prequels is that the prequels, they had a story to tell. Although it was bad, the way they went about it was bad. It had a story. Whereas I think Disney, they just want to make some motherfucking Star Wars movies and cash in. Let's be real here. But yeah, that's my opinion on Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. It was okay. Not better than 7, which isn't saying much because 7 wasn't the best either. But it was a good start. Definitely better than 8. There was a lot of things that needed to be explained, which they didn't really explain. Why the fuck is Palpatine alive? I don't know. Nobody knows. And that kiss, bro, the Kylo and Rey kiss. Oh my god, bro, I was cringing, guys. You don't understand. It was bad. And Rey calling herself a Skywalker, I don't know. It was bad. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Maybe Star Wars just isn't for me anymore. Although I do like The Mandalorian. That's fire as fuck. And maybe the spin-off movies, or maybe the next trilogy will be pretty good. I don't know. Maybe they'll fix it. Hopefully they do. But yeah, those are my opinions on The Rise of Skywalker. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And if you guys haven't already, please subscribe. That like button is gray. I'm going to need it to be blue. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.